Hello students, good afternoon. I think you all are safe in your places, in your homes. So today I am going to tell about the collision theory of chemical reaction. Already sir has explained once, just I am repeating. Okay, collision theory of chemical reaction. According to this theory says that a reaction can be occur only if the reacting molecules they collide. Collision, this is the collision theory. Collision means any chemical reaction can be occur only if the reacting molecules collide with each other. Okay, so first point is that only collision must be occur between the molecules of reacting gases for reactions to occurs. So reacting molecules, when they collide, they after collision they will convert into product. But all the collisions are not lead to formation of products. All the collisions it is not lead to the formation of a product. So second point is that all collision do not lead to formation of product. Only fruitful collision leads to the formation of a product. Fruitful collision means effective collisions. If the reacting molecules they will have effective collisions, then only they will convert into product. Okay, so what are for the effective collisions we have? These effective collisions have two criteria. Means the two criteria are responsible for the effective collisions. So what are those two criteria? The first is proper orientation of reactant. Proper orientation of reactant molecules. When two molecules come close to each other or they collide with each other, they should come with proper orientation. Proper orientation means, suppose here we have A2 molecule and B2 molecules. Both they are combining and giving product AB. So these A2 molecules and B2 molecules, they have to come along with each other with proper orientation. See here. So that's why we will get the product here AB. But if you will see here, this is A2 molecule, but this B2 molecule, it is not coming in a proper way. It is not coming in a proper orientation. So we will not get the product here. That means here head-on collision should be there. Head-on collision, the collision should be head-on collision, should be proper orientation. Then only they will convert into what? Product. But here see, this is our CH3Br reacting with OH minus here. So here we have two types here. One is OH minus, it is attacking from the front side. OH minus molecule. If it is attacking from the front side, this OH minus and Br minus, both are negative, and here they repel with each other. That's why we will not get any product here. But this OH minus, if it attacks from back side, if it attacks from back side on carbon atom, then we will get the methanol here and Br minus leaves here. This is proper orientation. So if the reactant molecules they collide with proper orientation, then only they will convert into products. Okay, so first condition in collision theory, for effective collision, the reactant molecule should have proper orientation. So understood this one. Next point we have, second point is energy barrier. Second point is what? Energy barrier. First is the reacting molecule, they should have proper orientation, and the second is energy barrier. What is energy barrier? See here. Here we will take potential energy, and here we have a reaction coordinate. And this is our graph. Now what is this one? These are reactant and this is product. Okay. So what is energy barrier means the reacting molecule, they should have a minimum energy. The reacting molecule, they should have a minimum energy to form the product. So the minimum energy that the reacting molecule should possess to form product, it is called threshold energy. The reacting molecule, they should have minimum energy, okay, minimum energy to form product. Upon collision, when they collide with each other, they should have minimum energy to form the product. That energy is called threshold energy. This is this point. This is called threshold energy. See here, any reactant direct it will not convert into product. First it undergoes intermediate complex. The reactants, first it undergoes intermediate complex. This point is also called intermediate complex. Intermediate complex, or it is also what called transition state. It is also what called transition state, TS, transition state. So this is what a threshold energy. Threshold energy means the reacting molecules should have minimum energy to form product upon collision is called threshold energy. Okay. So but what is this one? Reactant. So another one more we have. Second one is internal energy. Internal energy or normal energy or average energy. What is internal energy, normal energy and average energy? The energy of the molecules. The energy of the molecules at STP or standard temperature and pressure. The energy of the normal molecules at standard temperature and pressure is called internal energy or normal energy. Okay, so this internal energy, it is always less than the threshold energy. The internal energy is always less than the threshold energy. This reactant's energy is called internal energy. This what reactant's energy is there. Okay, reactant molecules energy is there. It is called internal energy or normal energy. But to form product, the molecule should have what? Threshold energy. The reactant molecule should have what? Threshold energy. This is energy barrier called. What is it called? Energy barrier. The reactant which have only normal energy, they have to cross this energy barrier. They have to cross this energy barrier. Once they come here, they cross this here, the formation of product start. The formation of product start from here. But this reactant molecule, they have to cross it here. Okay, so to cross this, they need some extra energy. They need some extra energy. They have only normal energy. This reactant molecules, they have only normal energy. But they want what? Threshold energy they want. So what this extra energy? What they need? What extra energy? So this extra energy, the minimum extra energy that the normal molecule should acquire to attain the threshold energy or to form the product is called activation energy. EA. What is this one? EA. It is what? Activation energy. What is activation energy? Activation energy is the minimum extra energy. The minimum extra energy that the reactant molecule should acquire to attain the threshold energy. So we can say the activation energy. here to here, it is activation, or we can say activation energy is the difference between threshold energy and energy of normal molecules. So EA is equal to ET minus ER. Activation energy means what here? Threshold energy minus energy of normal molecules. So this is activation energy. Understood? So threshold energy means the minimum energy that the reactant molecule should possess to form the product. And normal energy means the reactant, the energy of the reactant molecule at standard temperature and pressure. This internal energy is always less than the threshold energy. And activation energy means the minimum extra energy acquired by the reactant molecules to attain the threshold energy is called activation energy. So activation energy means the difference between threshold energy and internal energy of reactant molecules. So this activation energy, if they once they got, they reach here reactant molecule, they will start converting into product. They will start converting into what here? Product. So if you see the graph here, so this is activation energy we have here. This is activation energy for a forward reaction. Okay, activation energy for forward reaction, and we are getting the product here. Now, if the reaction is reverse, then product is converting into reactant. In this case, the activation energy for product will be what? This one. This is EA1, or this is EA and it is EA dash. You can say EA and it is what? EA dash. So this is the activation energy for backward reaction, EAB. Activation energy of what? Backward reaction. Okay. Now, if you see here, what is this one? This is reactant energy is, this is H1, enthalpy of reaction. Reactant's energy is what? H1, enthalpy of the reaction. And what is this one? This is H2, enthalpy of the product. Enthalpy of product. Then this difference, this is reactant and product. So this line, this part, what is this called? This is called delta H. What is this one? Delta H. So delta H we got here. So H2 minus H1. Delta H is what? H2 minus H1 we have here. So H2 minus H1, this energy is lesser. This energy is what? More. So what we will get here? Delta H, negative. It is an exothermic reaction. It is an what? Exothermic reaction. Here we have delta H is what? Negative. Here energy releases more. Here energy is here more and here energy is less here. So delta H we got negative. Negative means this reaction is what? Exothermic. Or we can say here, if you see the graph carefully, the activation energy of forward reaction is less than the activation energy of backward reaction. Is it? So activation energy of forward reaction, it is less than the activation energy of backward reaction. Yes? Okay. So the delta H we can say here. What is delta H we can say here? It is delta H is nothing but the difference between activation energy of forward reaction and backward reaction. So delta H we can write here. Delta H we can write here. activation energy of forward reaction minus activation energy of backward reaction. This is one formula we can get here for enthalpy of the exothermic reaction in terms of activation energy. What is that means? Activation energy, the difference between activation energy of forward reaction minus activation energy of backward reaction. So here also we will get delta H, what here? Negative. Here also the delta H we will get here negative. Why? Because EAF is smaller and EAB, that is activation energy of forward reaction, is smaller and activation energy of backward reaction is large. So if we will take here, so suppose here it is 2 and it is what, how much? 5. What we will get? Minus 3. Means here negative. We will get what? A negative answer here. So 2 points we can remember here in this diagram. What is that means here? Activation energy. This graph, it is for exothermic reaction. This graph, it is for what? Exothermic reaction. In exothermic reaction, the activation energy of forward reaction is less than the activation energy of backward reaction, and enthalpy of the reaction we can find out by subtracting activation energy of forward reaction minus activation energy of backward reaction. Okay, so this is about activation energy. So energy barrier, second point what we have, energy barrier means the reacting molecule, they have to cross this energy barrier. So to cross this energy barrier they need some extra energy. The reacting molecule, they will have only normal energy, so they need some extra energy, and this extra energy they will get from where? From a collision, but that collision should be effective. And in that effective collision, if they got extra energy, that is activation energy, those molecules only they can convert into product. So suppose 100 molecules, reactant molecules are there, all 100 molecules they will not convert into the product. Only few molecules who got the activation energy, they convert into the product. So for rate of the reaction, see, this is energy barrier. If I draw here one more energy barrier like this way. So this is potential energy, and here we have a reaction coordinator. Now this activation energy, if you see here, this is less and this is what? High. So the reactant, they have to cross this much, they need this much energy, they have to cross this much, they need a high energy here to cross this one. But here in this case, they have to cross only this much is, they have to cross it. So this gap is less here. That means here activation energy is less. So they can cross easily and convert into product. Means here, for rate of the reaction, the activation energy should be low. If activation energy is less, then rate of the reaction will be increases. Rate of the reaction is inversely proportional to the activation energy. This point is very, very important. What is this point? Rate of reaction is inversely proportional to, rate of reaction inversely proportional to activation energy. So activation energy, if it is less, activation energy if less, rate of reaction will be more. Okay, so because they can cross this barrier easily and convert into product. And example, hydrogen iodide, decomposition of hydrogen iodide, its activation energy is 56 kilojoule per mole, or and decomposition of NO2, this activation energy is 111 kg, 111 kilojoule per mole. So in this both, whose rate of reaction will be high? The decomposition of HI. The decomposition of what here? HI. Why? Because its activation energy is low. So the activation energy is low means the rate of reaction will be very high. Rate of reaction will be what? Very high. So this is for this is for exothermic reaction. This graph we have here, and in exothermic reactions, 2 points you have to remember, that activation energy of forward reaction is less than the activation of backward reaction. Okay, understood this one? So once again, see three definitions you have to remember. What is those? Means threshold energy. Threshold energy means the minimum energy that the reacting molecule should possess to form product upon collision. This is threshold energy. The minimum energy that the molecule should possess to form product upon collision. And what is internal energy? The energy that the normal molecule have at standard temperature and pressure. So this internal energy is always less than the threshold energy. So these reactant molecules, they need some extra energy to attain this threshold energy. What is that energy? That is activation energy. Activation energy definitions, if they ask, the definition is the minimum extra energy that the reactant molecules acquire to attain the threshold energy or to form the product is called activation energy. Okay, so this is endothermic reaction, delta H will be exothermic reaction, delta H is negative, and delta H we can find out by activation energy of forward minus activation energy of backward reactions. And the most important point is rate of reaction is inversely proportional to the activation energy. If activation energy is low, rate of reaction is increases. Okay. So next we have graph for endothermic reaction. Endothermic reaction, the graph is opposite. Here we have potential energy. Now this graph is for endothermic. Here we have reaction